First of all, let me just say that I'm incredibly grateful for the scholarship that the Institute gave me. I never would have been able to go to grad school, let alone get my PhD in genetics without it.
No. It was all you. We were looking for the best and the brightest minds in the sciences, and you were the first of 180 recipients that we've given grants to. We're only too happy to help you all.
Well, and there's so many diseases that affect women these days that I can't wait to get started to pay the Institute back.
But we recruited you for something much more important than studying diseases.
Oh, really? What will I be working on?
Regardless of what most women think, the genders have never been compatible, and that's why evolution had to make women blind, so that we would put up with men's crap long enough to perpetuate the species. But now that the human genome has been mapped, it's possible for us to take matters into our own hands and build the men that we've always wanted, from scratch.
And that's why we recruited you, to be the head of research at Women's Institution of Genetic Engineering.
When I signed the contract, I had no idea.
And while you're in grad school, we started a nationwide campaign to fund the Institute. We were shocked when the money started pouring in by the hundreds of millions.
I'll bet half the women in this restaurant right now would be so pissed at their husbands sometime this week that they will make yet another phony charge on his credit card, which would end up in our coffers.
You don't see the ethical problems with this?
Just the opposite. Altered men's genetics and will not only have the lives we've always wanted, you'll end wars, stop global warming, and eliminate most crimes, all at the same time.
You want me to develop gene replacement techniques so no woman will ever again have to worry about their guys fooling around on them?
One's mate for life. Figure out the gene that is responsible for that characteristic and make the switch.
If you've been married for as long as we have, believe me, you would understand.
Unfortunately, I've had more than my share of lack of male commitment.
That and their instinct to hunt is totally useless today. Fix it so that the next generation of men will no longer have the desire to buy a $25,000 boat just to catch $10 worth of fish, like my husband did recently.
You seriously want me to come up with stem cell techniques to give men a skosh more estrogen?
Only 2% of men are capable of giving us women the emotional depth that we demand from our relationships. And most of them are gay hairdressers. Test a bunch of them, find out how much estrogen is necessary to make our husband as just nurturing, empathetic, compassionate, and sensitive as they are. And correct the faulty chromosomes. I'm thinking maybe chicken salad. How about you, my dear?
I'm thinking maybe the pasta salad. But don't go too far with that estrogen thing. We love muscles. Broad shoulders, tight butts.
Who doesn't love those things? But still, I just don't...
And while we're on the subject of sex hormones, whatever you do, don't mess with the gene that gives men the endurance to play intensive sports, like football and basketball, for hours on end. Just change it so that they'll have to put that same time and endurance into sex before they can climb it.
Having your husband come in 30 seconds, roll over, and fall asleep is such a drag.
Tell me about it. But still...
There are hundreds of things on that list to keep you busy for a lifetime. Everything from eliminating farting to giving men bigger penises.
Do them, and save all future women from having to put up with the husbands that we had to put up with. And I'll nominate you for Nobel Prize in Genetics myself.
Nobel Prize?
That is if 3.5 billion other women don't beat you to the punch.
To the Institute! Making women's lives all that they should be through genetics.